When we delve into the question of why women might need to be desired, especially through the lens of Carl Jung's analytical psychology, we move far beyond superficial notions of vanity or simple attraction. Instead, we encounter profound psychological dynamics connected to the Anima Archetype and the innate human drive towards psychological wholeness or individuation. Jung proposed that within every man's unconscious lies the anima, the primordial feminine image. This isn't just a personal fantasy, but an inherited universal pattern of the psyche that represents feminine qualities, emotions, and connection to the inner world. For a woman, being desired can, from a Jungian perspective, touch upon a complex interplay of inner and outer realities. When a man expresses desire for a woman, he is, consciously or unconsciously, often responding to aspects of her that resonate with his own anima. She might embody qualities, be it grace, intuition, emotional depth, or a particular kind of nurturing energy that stir his internal feminine image. This doesn't mean she is merely a projection. Rather, she is a living person who can activate and bring to life these archetypal patterns within him. From the man's side, this desire is part of his journey to understand and integrate his own unconscious feminine, vital for his psychological balance. Conversely, for the woman, being desired in this context is not just about feeling attractive. It can be a powerful confirmation of her inherent feminine value and essence. It's a recognition that her unique expression of the feminine principle, which Jung saw as encompassing receptivity, emotion, creativity, and connection to life, is potent and capable of evoking a profound response. This recognition can significantly contribute to her own sense of psychological coherence. It affirms that her being is impactful and relevant in the relational sphere, helping to validate her own internal experience of femininity. Moreover, this desire isn't just about what she looks like, it's about how she activates the relational field. The anima in men also serves as the bridge to their unconscious, influencing their relationships with women and with their own inner emotional world. When a woman is desired, she might be seen as a conduit for a man's access to deeper feelings, empathy, and even spiritual insights. Her presence, her qualities, and the interaction with her can help him develop a more complete emotional life. For the woman, this dynamic provides a profound form of acknowledgement. In a world that often values traditionally masculine traits, having her feminine qualities, her emotional intelligence, her nurturing capacity, her intuitive wisdom, genuinely desired and appreciated can be incredibly affirming. It reinforces her sense of being seen and valued, not just for what she does, but for who she is. This recognition of her essential being contributes to her own process of individuation, where she integrates all aspects of herself, including her conscious identity, persona, and her deeper, often unconscious feminine nature. In essence, the need to be desired for a woman, when viewed through a Jungian lens, is far from superficial. It connects to the primal human need for recognition, validation of one's core essence, and participation in the archetypal dance of masculine and feminine energies that is fundamental to psychological development and the journey towards wholeness in both individuals involved. It's about a deep resonance that validates her being and helps both partners move closer to their complete selves. In exploring why women, from a Jungian perspective, may deeply need to be desired, we move beyond superficial attraction to the profound psychological impact of external recognition on personal worth and the validation of the feminine. Jungian psychology emphasizes that the psyche strives for balance and integration. While self-acceptance is paramount, the way we are perceived and responded to by others, particularly in intimate relationships, plays a significant role in solidifying our sense of self and confirming our place in the world. For a woman, being desired can act as a powerful mirror, reflecting back her inherent value. This isn't about seeking external validation as a primary source of self-esteem, but rather about the natural human desire for one's essence to be seen, appreciated, and affirmed. When a woman's unique qualities, her beauty, intelligence, kindness, resilience, or the myriad facets of her feminine expression, are genuinely desired by another, it can powerfully reinforce her internal perception of her own worth. It's a confirmation that her being in its multifaceted reality holds appeal and significance. This can be especially potent in cultures or societies where traditional feminine attributes might be undervalued or distorted. Jung's concept of the persona, the social mask we wear, and the self, the totality of the psyche, are relevant here. While the persona helps us navigate the social world, an over-reliance on it can lead to a disconnect from our true self. When a woman feels truly desired for who she is, beyond the roles she plays or the appearances she maintains, it helps bridge the gap between her persona and her authentic self. This acceptance can lessen the burden of needing to constantly perform or conform, allowing for a more integrated and relaxed sense of identity. The desire she evokes in another serves as an external affirmation that her authentic self is not just acceptable, but deeply valuable. Furthermore, this desire contributes to the validation of the feminine principle itself. In Jungian terms, the feminine principle encompasses qualities such as receptivity, intuition, emotional depth, nurturing, creativity, and connection to the cyclical nature of life. Historically, and in many contemporary contexts, these qualities have been devalued or overshadowed by a dominant masculine principle that emphasizes logic, control, and outward achievement. When a woman feels desired, particularly in ways that appreciate her unique embodiment of these feminine qualities, it acts as a powerful affirmation not just of her individual self, but of the essential and necessary value of the feminine within the broader human experience. It asserts that these qualities are not weaknesses, but sources of profound strength and attraction. This validation is not about objectification. It's about subjective appreciation. It's the feeling of being seen not merely as a body or a function, but as a person whose unique feminine essence is acknowledged and cherished. This can lead to a deeper sense of self-acceptance and empowerment, as it confirms that her internal landscape, her feelings, her intuition, her capacity for connection is valid and worthy of being embraced by another. Ultimately, the need to be desired, from this perspective, is a human longing for recognition and resonance. It's the desire for one's inherent personal worth, especially as a woman embodying the feminine principle, to be perceived and valued by another. This external mirroring can significantly aid in the internal process of self-acceptance and foster a deeper, more integrated sense of self, essential for psychological well-being. When considering why women deeply need to be desired through a Jungian lens, we can look beyond individual psychology and into the profound influence of the collective unconscious. Jung posited that beneath our personal unconscious lies a deeper universal layer of the psyche shared by all humanity, containing primordial images and patterns known as archetypes. These archetypes, such as the Great Mother, the hero, the wise old man, and the anima animus, shape our experiences and behaviors in ways we often don't consciously grasp. The desire to be desired in this context isn't merely about personal gratification. It can be seen as an expression of an innate human longing for connection and resonance with these archetypal patterns. When a woman is desired, especially in a profound and genuine way, it can evoke echoes of universal archetypal patterns of partnership, union, and mutual attraction. Think of the timeless stories of lovers, goddesses, and muses. These are manifestations of collective, unconscious themes that underscore the deep human drive for relational connection. The act of being desired can make a woman feel as though she is participating in a larger, ancient narrative of human interaction. It's as if her individual experience of attraction plugs into a universal energetic current, This can include feeling connected to the archetypes of the divine couple or syzygy, the union of opposites, often represented by masculine and feminine principles. In this sense, her being desired is not just about her individual relationship with one man, but about her participation in the grand archetypal dance of the masculine and feminine that drives creation and connection on a cosmic scale. This experience transcends the ego and taps into a deeper, almost spiritual sense of belonging to something ancient and vast. Furthermore, this connection to the collective unconscious through being desired helps to situate the individual within the broader human relational dynamic. Humans are fundamentally social beings, hardwired for connection. The relational dynamic, particularly that between men and women, is a primary crucible for psychological development and the unfolding of the self. When a woman is desired, it confirms her active role and presence within this essential human interplay. It validates her capacity to elicit a response, to engage, and to contribute to the complex web of human relationships. This isn't about conforming to societal expectations of desirability, but about the deeply internal resonance that occurs when one's unique essence is recognized and affirmed in a way that aligns with these universal patterns. The craving or desire expressed by another can act as a catalyst for the woman's own self-realization within this relational field. It helps her understand her own feminine power and its ability to engage with the world and evoke a response, thereby strengthening her sense of identity and purpose within the collective human experience. Ultimately, for a woman, the need to be desired, viewed through the lens of the collective unconscious, is a profound and often unconscious yearning to connect with universal patterns of relationship and union. It's about finding her place in the archetypal narrative of human connection, affirming her vital role within the relational dynamic, and experiencing a deeper resonance that transcends individual ego, contributing to her overall psychological well-being and her journey towards wholeness. When exploring the profound reason why women might need to be desired through a Jungian lens, we arrive at one of the most compelling and often uncomfortable aspects of the psyche: the shadow. Carl Jung defined the shadow as the unconscious part of ourselves that contains qualities, impulses, and desires that our conscious ego has repressed or denied because they are deemed unacceptable by ourselves or society. These are not necessarily bad aspects, but rather unintegrated parts of our personality. The desire to be desired, when viewed through this lens, can be a deep, often unconscious longing for the recognition and acceptance of one's totality, including these hidden or less flattering aspects. For a woman, being desired can feel truly validating when it extends beyond her cultivated persona, the social mask, and touches upon her authentic, complete self, even the parts she might prefer to keep hidden. This isn't about actively seeking out someone who loves your dark side, but rather about the profound sense of relief and liberation that comes from feeling accepted in your entirety. When a man expresses genuine desire, and it feels as though he sees all of you, it creates a space where the woman can potentially lower her guard and allow more of her unintegrated shadow aspects to surface without fear of rejection. This is a crucial step in the process of individuation, where one strives to integrate all parts of the psyche to become a whole individual. The repressed aspects of the shadow can include anger, jealousy, selfishness, but also creativity, power, or sexuality that has been deemed inappropriate or too intense. When a woman feels desired in a way that implies acceptance of her full emotional spectrum, not just her pleasant side, it allows these facets to be brought into consciousness and integrated. For instance, if a woman has suppressed her assertiveness because it was deemed unfeminine, feeling desired by someone who appreciates her strength and directness can help her reclaim that part of herself. The desire of the other, then, acts as a mirror for her unacknowledged self, inviting her to embrace her complete personality. This desire for total acceptance challenges the common misconception that only the light or perfect aspects of oneself are desirable. In truth, true intimacy and deep connection often blossom when individuals feel safe enough to reveal their authentic, unedited selves. When a woman senses that her partner's desire encompasses her complexities, her vulnerabilities, and even her flaws, it fosters a unique kind of trust. This trust is essential for psychological growth because it removes the pressure of maintaining a flawless facade, freeing up energy that was previously used for repression. Moreover, the impulse for the shadow to be seen in a desired way speaks to the fundamental human need for unconditional positive regard. While perfect unconditional regard is an ideal, a loving relationship where one feels desired in their totality comes closest to providing it. This deep acceptance allows the woman to confront and integrate her shadow, transforming what was once a source of shame or fear into a source of strength and authenticity. In conclusion, the need to be desired for a woman, from a Jungian perspective, is not merely about external validation of beauty or charm. It encompasses a profound longing for her complete self, including the often repressed elements of her shadow, to be seen, accepted, and even cherished. This radical acceptance facilitates a crucial step in her journey towards individuation, leading to greater psychological wholeness and a more authentic, deeply connected relationship. Ultimately, from Carl Jung's profound perspective, the true reason why women need to be desired isn't about superficial validation, but is deeply interwoven with the lifelong process of individuation. Individuation, for Jung, is the central purpose of human life, the journey of becoming a whole, integrated individual by integrating conscious and unconscious aspects of the psyche. Relationships, far from being mere external connections, serve as crucial crucibles for this inner transformation. Within this process, the desire of another person acts as a powerful mirror, reflecting aspects of the self that are essential for growth and self-discovery. When a woman is desired, especially in a profound and meaningful way, it provides a unique form of external mirroring. This mirroring isn't just about confirming what she already knows about herself. It often brings to light qualities or potentials that she might not have fully recognized or integrated within herself. For example, if a woman has undervalued her nurturing qualities, feeling desired by someone who deeply appreciates her capacity for care can help her embrace this aspect as a strength rather than a weakness. The other person's desire acts as a reflection, showing her something about her own inner landscape that might have been obscured or undeveloped. This external reflection is vital because parts of our psyche, particularly those residing in the unconscious, often need an external stimulus to become conscious. The desire expressed by a partner can be that stimulus. It can highlight a woman's feminine power, her allure, her capacity for deep emotional connection, or her unique creative spirit. By seeing these qualities reflected in the eyes of another's desire, she can more fully own them and integrate them into her conscious sense of self. This is not about dependence on external validation, but about using the relational dynamic as a tool for self-awareness and self-affirmation. Furthermore, relationships, including the dynamics of desire, often bring us face to face with our own complexes and projections. For instance, a woman might be attracted to or desire to be desired by someone who embodies an aspect of her own animus, the masculine principle in her unconscious, that she needs to integrate, or vice versa for the man's anima. The intensity of desire can reveal unconscious patterns or unmet needs, pushing both individuals towards greater self-understanding. By engaging with the desire of another and reflecting on how it makes her feel, a woman can gain deeper insights into her own emotional and psychological landscape, thus furthering her individuation journey. The desire for mirroring also speaks to the profound need for recognition of one's unique essence. In a world that often pressures conformity, being desired for one's authentic self, quirks, strengths, vulnerabilities and all, is incredibly liberating. It validates her unique path of individuation, affirming that her distinct way of being is not only acceptable, but also profoundly valuable and capable of inspiring desire in another. This type of unconditional regard, mirrored through genuine desire, empowers her to continue exploring and affirming her unique identity. In summary, the deep-seated need to be desired for a woman, when viewed through Jungian analytical psychology, transcends superficiality. It is intrinsically linked to her journey of individuation, where the desire of another serves as a powerful mirror. This mirroring helps her to consciously recognize, accept, and integrate various facets of her psyche, including those previously unconscious, thereby facilitating her growth towards becoming a more complete, integrated, and authentic individual. It's a fundamental part of the relational alchemy that fosters self-discovery and psychological wholeness. Ready to explore your inner world? The journey of understanding ourselves and our connections is endless. What aspect of Jungian psychology most resonates with you, and how do you see it influencing your relationships? Share your insights below.